Hello, everyone. Once again, John Newstreet, Kissimmee Osceola County Chamber of Commerce, President and CEO. Welcome you to another of our weekly live streams with information pertinent to you and your business so you can be more successful. The Chamber here are champions for business and community, and so we offer you the tools and knowledge necessary to truly be a champion in your business and to contribute to the betterment of our society here in Osceola County. This is a Facebook live stream, so as you learn about or have questions related to today's topic, we encourage you to put them into the Facebook live thread. We'll address them as we can throughout this conversation. Again, each of these conversations for the last several weeks are archived at KissimmeeChamber.com on our COVID-19 website. You'll also find them on our YouTube channel and here on our Facebook page. So feel free to review all the topics and stay abreast of all of current information as we learn it along with you from our expert speakers. Today's topic, as it relates to your business, is a key partner here in the region. It's CareerSource Central Florida. We have two speakers from them that'll talk about all of the programs that they offer you and why you want to work with them, what the benefits are in working with them. So Christina will bring up our first guest as I introduce him, and that is Ray Villegas. Ray is originally from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and graduated from Drexel University. He's a longtime friend to me as I've been in the industry and even before. And so he's got some background there in the private sector. He has 12 plus years here in the chamber industry. And back in March, he joined the CareerSource Central Florida as their economic development liaison. And so we're going to learn more from him as he is here to help you. And then we're also joined by Yaralise Colon. She's originally from Puerto Rico and relocated to Central Florida in 1993. Yaralise has a master's degree in business management and an extensive background in the hospitality and workforce industries. She joined CareerSource Central Florida in October of 2012 as an employer relationship specialist and is now the program manager for disaster relief related grants such as the Project Restore from Hurricane Maria and Help is Here, which relates to COVID-19 grants. Yaralise has successfully managed these programs due to her unwavering passion of serving employers and individuals in the region with a special focus in the Hispanic community. So we welcome you, Yaralise and Ray. It's great to see you and interact with you and to learn from you. And so the show is yours here for the next 20 or so minutes to talk to our businesses in Osceola County.
Well, thank you, John. Thanks for having us both. We're very proud to be here, and we're also proud to talk about CareerSource and the organization and how it impacts all of Central Florida, but specifically Osceola County. And again, another kudos to your chamber as well for the pivot that you've done. Having a 12-year background working in local chambers around Orlando, I know what COVID must have done to your business models as it's done for businesses all across the country and the world. So kudos to your chamber for making that pivot and also having programs like this, which really help to keep value for your businesses, for your members, and specifically your community. So that being said, the mission for CareerSource Central Florida is we connect Central Floridians to careers and develop skilled talent for businesses. We are one of 24 local workforce development boards throughout the state of Florida as designated by the state of Florida. We have locations in Lake County, Orange, Osceola, Seminole, and Sumter County. And overall, we are responsible for workforce planning, programs both for job seekers and for businesses, and for the labor market in terms of keeping, we have a great business intelligence team that keeps track of labor force data and other information that's pertinent to the workforce and how, the community is doing for that. At the end of the day, we really are connecting employers to job seekers and people who are looking for careers or potentially looking for new careers and giving them many resources to be able to succeed and find what they aspire to. On that, now I guess more specifically about Osceola County, Yaralise, we've got some good news for Osceola County. Is that correct?
We have exciting news for Osceola County, and it's regarding the reopening of our center. Next Wednesday, 24th, we will be providing in-person services. Now, those services will be by appointment only for the time being. And you can, individuals can, or employers can schedule appointments by going directly to our website, CareerSourceCentralFlorida.com, or contacting us at 1-800-757-4598. Once again, the appointments will be, we will be accepting appointments and providing pretty much all the services that we offered previously, but following social distance protocols, making sure that both staff and clients are safe in this new environment. We will also continue services virtually, so it'll be a combination of both. But for those individuals that prefer the face-to-face contact, we will be open next Wednesday.
And if I'm correct, you had worked in the original Osceola office.
Yes, I'm glad that you mentioned that. Yes, I have worked in the office in Osceola that we have in Osceola County for 6 of the 7 years that I have been working for CareerSource. Now we moved our offices from the building that was located at 1392 East Vine Street to the New Valencia building located at 1800 then John Lane. So once again, the building by Michigan Street is no longer open, but we welcome everybody to take a look at our new facilities in the Valencia campus. Now, some of the some of the services that we are providing individuals at this time, in-person services that we are providing is you can stop by with an appointment to do a self-service. You can apply for unemployment or claim your weeks on unemployment. That's one of the areas that will be open. Also, we will be helping you with identifying potential career opportunities for you if you are in need of a job now. If you lost your job due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we have professional staff available that will be able to assess what your needs are and then identify the opportunities that would be best for you. We help individuals with resume writing. We help individuals with advancing their training, matching them to perhaps educational institutions that have accelerated trainings for them. We help individuals also with job search and how to navigate our system. And it's pretty much a customized one-on-one consultation that we will be offering in those centers. Something in addition to that, it's career guidance. We have also approximately 4,000 different trainings that we can provide the individuals with to help them in their areas of need. We also are providing the community with virtual workshops, job search strategies, tips for navigating the system, federal bonding. People have a background can also have the potential of finding employers that will be able to work with them. And also we are offering e-learning programs in the high growth industries that we are pursuing, which are IT, manufacturing, hospitality, finance. And with those e-learning programs, you can find skill tracks and many other things that are needed to progress in your career of choice.
Yeah, and that's a part for myself that just was so impressive. Again, I joined the organization in March this year, so in the midst of a pandemic. So I had mentioned how the Kissimmee Chamber had pivoted, and our organization did a wonderful job. Thanks so much to not only the executive leadership team, but to all of the employees in CareerSource Central Florida, our IT team and our training team. They're all able to pivot our operations to virtual, as Yaralise had mentioned. But these, as she just mentioned, these virtual workshops these e-learning programs. These are very important, especially, obviously during the shutdown, people were in their homes, 23 hours and 59 minutes out of the 24-hour day. And so it's opportunities, and it continues to be opportunity for those who have the time now to be able to upskill themselves. Obviously, for businesses as well, we have programming, as Yaralise mentioned, ways that they can learn. Some of the programming that we've had, our virtual workshops, have to do with, as a business owner, imagine having to now manage your team virtually, which is something that to the majority of people and business owners is just something new. So we are all, the one thing about this COVID, it's kind of level set that everyone in society across the world, it's put us in a vulnerable position in many different ways, but it's also, I think, created many opportunities. And so for as words of encouragement for folks that might have been laid off, obviously, specifically in Osceola County, I believe a third of I think you're third highest across the state in terms of tourist development taxes. So that is something that obviously is a big effect on your county and the workforce in there. So for workforce, for the people that might have been furloughed or unfortunately displaced, use this time to, obviously you're using it as a time to look for a new position, but those hospitality skills that Central Florida is really well known for, obviously with the theme parks, our great restaurants and all those throughout Central Florida. Folks with hospitality have that kind of soft skills, those trainings, to be able to pivot towards other careers. I've heard good stories about major hospitals when they're looking for talent. Obviously, hospital being an essential business, they are looking for talent, not necessarily looking for a hard and fast medical experience, but looking for those soft skills and finding finding people with hospitality backgrounds, and they're able to take that experience and leverage it and help them move forward with a new career. So that's the career side that Yaralise mentioned. Now, on the business services team, we have business services teams as part of all of our centers. They do a wonderful job in terms of interacting with businesses, small, medium, and large. And they help to connect businesses with the qualified talent that the businesses need to succeed. They help businesses to help their employees to upskill themselves. So if they have employees who are looking to, move themselves forward into another position, there's also ways that they can get help with their skills. We help to pre-screen candidates too. Our business team does a great job of that too. We're able to look into the pool of candidates in Employ Florida and be able to make that connection between skills that folks have, skills that businesses need, and we're able to connect those dots. And again, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, we have a great business intelligence team that helps give information. And this is all on our website, which is CareerSourceCentralFlorida.com, which gives labor data, labor resources, employment data, and things like that. Moving on, in terms of also related to businesses, we have, as CareerSource Central Florida and also CareerSource Florida, there are different grant opportunities that are available to businesses as well. On the state level, there's quick response training grants, incumbent worker training grants, which again, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, it's ways for employers to help upskill their employees to reach for other positions and help a new initiative at the company or new positions at the company, because obviously they've got experience in terms of within that company, but getting that upskilling is important. On the local level, we have paid internships and also on-the-job training grants as well. So that's something that for any business owner, it can be very valuable in having.
To add on to those business opportunities or assistance for businesses, wanted to mention real quick that the internship program, we have helped hundreds of employers in Osceola County already with that program. It is a very popular and fast program that could really help, especially small businesses, continue to grow in this region. The internship program It's just a little bit about the program is we identify individuals for your openings, for your job openings, and we pay the individuals directly for a 12-week internship. It's almost like a work experience. So that is the perfect opportunity for businesses to try the candidate, and then at the end of the internship, perhaps offer a permanent position to them. And then when it comes to the on-the-job training program, it's perfect for companies that are looking to hire positions that are more skilled, and you can find, and they can find a candidate that has 100% of the requirements that are needed for the position. With that program, the employer gets to hire the candidate, and we will rate for up to 24 weeks, 50% of the salary of the employee to the company. So once again, excellent opportunities if you want to invest additional effort in training individuals.
Great, thank you. Yeah, thank you for that. That's good. It's great to go through the details. Next point that we wanted to bring up, Yaralise, about our veterans. Always love our veterans.
Yes, we do have a dedicated team assigned to helping our veterans. We call that priority of service. And with that program, eligible veterans take precedence for the receipt of employment, training, and placement services. Also, our specialists work to align former military personnel with businesses in an environment where talent, skills, and success combine. We've had many success stories from veterans that had some barriers to employment, and we have successfully helped them identify meaningful careers. And over the past decade, CareerSource Central Florida has placed over 11,000 veterans in Central Florida businesses. So that's a great program to participate in.
Yeah, and it's definitely unique in terms of the challenges, potential challenges that many veterans face. That's obviously that people talk about all the time, PTSD and things like that. And it's great in terms of creating that opportunity, for them, obviously, because of the sacrifice that they put for our country. So we are definitely proud to have that as a part of our, our model in terms of servicing the veterans in our community. Next thing we wanted to talk about was our summer youth program. So we have basically for the summer 3 college and career readiness programs for students and young professionals aged 16 to 19. Obviously, the future of our communities, both in the business and in general, comes from our youth. So the more that we as a community support them and support the initiatives that are available to them. And in this program, so for example, you could have a paid internship as a business owner for up to 5 weeks. So it's an opportunity for you to have, give a young adult or a young professional the opportunity to learn about business. It's so much more effective in terms of, they're not hearing it from their parents, they're not hearing it from their teachers, they're hearing it from people who are in business, have been doing for business. Maybe it's that store down the street where they live, maybe it's that business that they saw on a billboard, when they're out and about in the community. It's those kind of opportunities that they will remember for the rest of their lives. And all in turn, for you as a business owner, you'll get that obviously the free help to help your business succeed, but also just the good feel and connection to the community as well. That is something that in addition to our veterans, our summer youth program is and our youth programs in general is just something that we're very proud of. Moving on. Did you have something else, Jara?
Yes, on that note, we have still the application open for businesses and participants. The application to receive youth for the summer youth program is located in our website, CareerSourceCentralFlorida.com under youth services. And so once again, we are still welcoming companies that are interested in hosting these young adults.
Awesome. Thank you. So, John, I don't know if you're wanted to come back on, I was able to pull up some other statistics, especially, with the COVID situation and everything going on. So, for example, some of the statistics that I've seen, are we as CareerSource Central Florida had over 41,000 new customers just between March 1st and May 30th. So that's a huge amount of services that are needed, and again, all on a virtual basis. And from what I see, the services and demands that were needed were assessments, job referrals, orientations, and 60% of the activity in that regard was in terms of hiring businesses in essential industries like healthcare, logistics, call center support. John, for Osceola County itself, what kinds of thing are you seeing from the chamber in terms of that shift? Obviously, hospitality and tourism. Are you seeing, hopefully, I hate to use the word migration, but something moving over towards other sectors, other businesses like that?
Directly, no. I'm trying to follow the data. I can say from my last look, we had about $45 million in losses according to our damaged business assessment. That was self-reported. There was, I think, about 2,000 layoffs. I do know it was 4-to-1 furlough to permanent layoff. So it shows you how the tourism industry is poised to get right back to it as soon as we have people that are coming and we can serve. So these folks are already trained. They love their work, and we love serving our visitors. And so, 4-to-1 furloughs, they love the industry, I'm sure, and we just need to get them the opportunity to get back to work as quick as we can. So I do want to, I should have prefaced these comments with saying that you're a tremendous facilitator of conversation, Ray. I mean, you've got the presence. So thanks for driving the conversation and sharing the knowledge with you all. Can you talk just a little bit more about some of the available business data? I asked yesterday about it. I'm not sure if you had a chance to dig a little deeper, but folks are looking for that intelligence that is out there, that data that we're starting to talk about, to say this is the next opportunity, or this is what I've got to guard against. Information is power, knowledge is power. Do you have an idea of what maybe some of that information you can share businesses can get to?
I don't know if it's hard and fast data, but one of the things you mentioned about furloughs, furloughs are something which can give the folks who have been furloughed a false sense of security. They might have that mindset that, well, I'm on furlough, so my job will be coming back sometime soon. And I think the unfortunate reality is going to be, and this is just my opinion from seeing things moving, is that there's going to be a lot of folks who that's not going to be the case. And add that to our extended federal unemployment benefits, which I believe end on August 1st. I think that's potentially put people in a false hope state of mind. And we encourage folks to, if you've been furloughed, register and Employ Florida, reach out to us, get in touch with our career folks to potentially be looking for what other opportunities are out there. Because the last thing we want to do is, there's talks of a second wave of COVID. We don't necessarily want to see a second wave of rush of people saying, uh-oh, I thought I was going to have my job back. Now it's time to search. So I think that time is of the essence for that. And I've personally dealt with a couple people who, I'm seeing coming from the larger entities, the theme parks and things like that, who are starting to see that and are putting their information and their resume on Employ Florida. So I think it's starting to get to that point. I was looking overall at the statistics specifically for Osceola County, and it's it's pretty sobering. I guess as of April, the unemployment rate confirmed this with me, about 20% for Osceola, and again, with Osceola being the third largest collection of tourist development taxes in Florida, that just goes to show. Again, it's overall, Orange County's at 16%, Seminole County's at 13%, but When you see the number of the jobs year over year change is down almost 35,000, that's some sobering stuff. So, and again, a lot of the data federally through the Department of Labor and everything. So I don't believe that May is quite set, but from April, it's sobering.
In many areas, May is looking better than April, but you're right. We were the top dog, sadly, in unemployment at 20.3% for the whole state. And part of it is because we are heavy on tourism. The governor, to keep us safe, had shut down the vacation rental industry, which is about 50% of that tourist tax collection and a large producer of jobs. So that has come online, and which we're grateful to the governor for giving that industry a chance to be open. They say in our area, tourism is about 1 in 3 jobs. And so it's a very important industry. We know this. I would offer that the chamber represents 3 in 3 jobs, much like CareerSource Central Florida represents 3 in 3 jobs. We're here to help everybody. And one of our core values is creating opportunity. So as much as we want you to be employed, we also want you to grow and develop and reach your full potential. So when we're talking to business owners, you mentioned training, on-the-job training. You mentioned internships. These are grants that don't have to be paid back, that help further your workforce and skill sets. And then from the employee side, who may be looking for new opportunities or just opportunities in general because they are in a new spot in life. CareerSource is a tremendous free resource to help them polish up the resume, to get in front of employers and find those opportunities. So you really are a crucial part of this community, and we appreciate you always working with us. We're in talks of having you in our building maybe one day a week, but I know you're right next door on the Valencia campus now, so encourage all of our viewers to definitely reach out. So we've got a question here from a viewer, and I'll just read it and see what we learned from it and how we can address it here in the last few minutes of the broadcast. I hope their complete system and staff have been upgraded and replaced. When I enrolled several years ago, this program was the most difficult to work with, was actively working on the system daily, attending classes. And so the website still shows your Kissimmee location, but it's closed. Are the employees paid by the state? So can you talk about maybe some of the changes, especially as you've moved from the old location to the new location, and is what's on the website the current, or can we get, you mentioned the address, we'll put that in the threads to make sure we're correct, but can you just talk about any potential upgrades recently? And then are you state employees? I can't answer that. So.
Yes, there were a few questions there, but definitely we have upgraded our system. It's much more user-friendly, but also to deal with that, our career consultants are providing one-on-one times to each individual. So that is the entire purpose of us being there, is just to guide and make it simple, a very simple experience. Yes, the interns are, we have different sources and of funding to pay these interns. For instance, some of the programs, with some of the programs, the interns are paid with federal funding that is assigned every year to our center. So that's one of the funding sources. But we also have different programs such as Project Restore for people that relocated to Central Florida after Hurricane Maria. We still have availability with those funds to help individuals, and then the grant will pay these individuals directly. Then another funding source is the Help Is Here program that we have going on now, which is the the COVID-19 response grant that we received. With that, we are helping hundreds of individuals, also placing them in internships, and then that grant pays for those interns. So it's a combination of efforts. But yes, the individuals are paid directly by one of these sources. The information, I'm going to make a note is so that we can update the information in our website. But yes, we moved our location back in December, and we are now located in the Valencia Community College new building in Osceola County. Once again, located in 1800 then John Lane, building CIT building suite 300. I'm going to go ahead and share that
we've got it.
information.
John, at least
You
we put
have
it into the thread so the viewers can follow that thread. We're going to try to, if you can share those links as we close the broadcast here shortly. Those links to those programs, Help Restore and stuff, if we can get those direct links, we'll put that in the thread as well since we've been chatting about it. Those are great opportunities. You may see the question from my good friend Nelson Mendez about the youth summer program. How many weeks is it, and is it payable by the company? And does it include marketing students? Can you talk about how that internship may help his business market and at no cost to him, perhaps? And how many weeks, right? The question's in front of you here.
Yeah, it's 5 weeks. And it's paid. CareerSource actually is correct me if I'm wrong, Yaralise. CareerSource is the one that it goes through. They're getting paid through CareerSource actually. Is that correct, Jara?
Yes, they are paid by us directly, and then we will match whatever the company is paying for that specific position. The minimum is $10 an hour. We do have individuals. The way we select the students is that they have expressed interest in different industries. We could have someone interested or several people interested in marketing, in that marketing side. So we will align the interest of the students, and these students are interviewed and everything. So and we will align that to the company. So that is definitely a great opportunity for a company that is in the marketing, on the marketing side. Now, the good thing about internships is that employers will be able to interview the candidates. So at the end of the day, it's going to be the employer's choice.
Which I think is important for the development of the student as they get into the workforce. You had a job fair last year. We did it with you all last summer. We had 2 students that were tremendous help here in the office. We got to know them, and they learned a lot while we worked together through the summer. So the program really works. I'm a big fan. I like that job fair idea because it was just made it more real. I don't know if we can repeat that in these virtual times, but the fact that you can interview, I think, is good for you and for the student. And it is, of course, cost covered. We did it last summer. I'm seeing if I can't figure it out as this summer approaches, but a great program. I also used to be on the Workforce Central Florida board, the CareerSource predecessor, and I was the veterans representative. I used to be the state director of the American Legion here in Florida. And so just going back to that real quick to our veterans out there, there are some tremendous benefits that are directly funded to those veteran positions. So correct me if I'm wrong, but the LVER and the DVOP allow veterans to essentially cut in line to have these conversations and to get specific help for specific opportunities related to veterans. Is that true? Can you confirm that and talk more about the veterans?
Oh, absolutely. All veterans received priority of service. Yes, they can cut through the lines and everything. They don't have to make the lines, and they are given priority at every single area or in every single program that we have going on right now.
Wonderful. I think that's important, and that's mainly because that's different funding, and so that's why we, as Ray said, we certainly appreciate our veterans, but that's a different pool of money that allows them to get that specific help and cut the line, as we say. So, so if you're a veteran, take advantage of that. If you're a business, think of our veterans and bring them onto your staff. They're disciplined, they're focused, they're respectful, and very capable in their skill sets. So,
and John, if I might add to that just real quick, I know we're cutting over the time here, but and again, my tenure at CareerSource hasn't been long, but I had that moment just a few weeks ago that just and I felt it in the chamber world about that connection, and I've now felt it at CareerSource, where I was able to help a veteran. He's actually from the Kissimmee area, And he and I had reached out to him to help one of our business clients out, and I was able to make that connection where he was hired. He had moved from North Carolina down to Florida last year to be with his daughter, who needed some help with raising his grandchild because she was going for her master's degree. He moved down here, and then he was starting to re-enter the workforce just as COVID happened. And so all of a sudden he thought, oh boy, I don't know my prospects for this area. So he was, searching other areas of Florida, Pensacola, places near, other military facilities. But I just came across him, and I did a pre-screening, and I had I ended up, and believe it or not, this was my first pre-screen, the first person I called as CareerSource for this purpose. And we ended up in a 30-minute conversation. And he was talking about emotional intelligence. All these things are in my head. I'm going like, this guy should be employed somewhere. Some organization is going to benefit. So I was able to just have that aha moment of what we do as an organization and how much impact it is. Where at the end of the day, this person, he didn't see the job, or he didn't come across the job that I had found for him in a sense. He was able to get employed, be able to stay near his daughter and grandchild, which, it was looking like it wasn't going to happen. So that's that part that, that's the bigger picture, that all of a sudden it's, wow, what an impact. And I know our CareerSource, our career consultants feel it. I know our business service consultants feel it. And it's a really cool thing. So.
Well, we are over time, but it's well worth it to make sure the information's out there and to recognize the important partnership that we share in our mission. And so thanks, Ray, for taking care of that one. It's that starfish story. There's more out there, and I hope we just keep throwing those starfish back into the sea, helping them one at a time get back to work and grow as individuals. I can't thank you all enough, and we'll be staying connected, of course, and helping each other out. I do want to just mention next week's our topic is consumer confidence, and we're going to have Dr. Sean Snaith from the University of Central Florida talk to us about how are consumers perceiving this, and where can we position ourselves to make sure they're confident and comfortable coming out and shopping and spending their money in our businesses. So next Wednesday at 9:30, we hope you'll join us once again with a great conversation with Sean Snaith. But I thank you, Ray. Thank you, Yaralise, for showing up today, for doing what you do every day to help our businesses and our neighbors get back to work, stay employed. And we'll keep doing it today, tomorrow, and the next day. So just call us if we can help you. And thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you. Thank you for all you do as well.